In Taiwan, Nantou stands alone, the only county untouched by the sea. Cradled by mountains, it's home to stunning landscapes, and its tea is celebrated around the world. A place with no connection to the ocean, yet it raised one of Taiwan's most remarkable surfers, Chen Huai-pen.
爸爸，浪怎么样？
浪也很小呢。
我看。
For her dream, this family wakes before dawn, chasing light long before the sun rises. From the misty mountains of Nantou, they set out, answering the ocean's call. Five in the morning, 4, sometimes even in the dead of night, because when there are waves, every journey is worth it. She grew up in the only county in Taiwan without a coastline, yet distance never dulled her gift for surfing.
我喜欢大海，因为南投离海边很远，所以每次去那边都会很兴奋。站上浪板的时候，然后又觉得很刺激，因为它速度很快。在冲浪的时候，我会想下一道浪要怎么做，因为上一道浪可能有一些动作没有做好的。
On this journey to chase her dreams, Huai-pen was never alone. Her father stood firmly behind her, her greatest supporter.
去追浪的话，每一次都是从半夜就出发。我们这样辛苦的追浪，最主要是小朋友也对冲浪很有兴趣，这个也是他的梦想。
And in the white foam of the waves, her brothers and sisters paddle beside her, growing, falling, and rising together.
我觉得姐姐是一个很厉害的选手。如果是在垦丁的话，可能会是我会冲比较好，会看地形。然后在台东会是姐姐会冲比较好。
跟弟弟妹妹他们一起冲浪，我觉得很热闹，因为可以跟他们一起玩。
The joy she found in playing among the waves became the force that pushed her forward. Each challenge taught Huai-pen something new, that surfing isn't just a hobby, it's a dream, a purpose. And she's determined to ride higher, further, and stronger than ever before. To overcome the disadvantage of growing up away from the sea, Huai-pen created her own training plan, one that pushed her past every limit.
我平常自我训练菜单有游泳、跑步、溜滑板，然后还有重训。这些训练，我觉得最辛苦、最累的就是跑步。
跑快一点啊，跑快点！好，我们一起快。
Every drop of sweat, every breath she takes is part of her ritual, a quiet conversation between her and the ocean.
我没有因为太累就想要放弃，我都继续坚持下去。
Every moment on the surf comes from countless hours of practice on land. Every move she makes tells a story of determination and of love for the sea.
我最喜欢就溜滑板，我每天放学后回家都会溜一下滑板。
他们在练习冲浪滑板，然后是把海上的动作在陆地上练，就是把一些甩的动作，然后的角度在陆地上可以做出来。因为这里就不靠海，就是去海边蛮远的，所以就是平常每天都可以练。
Without a coach, her brothers became her closest training partners. They filmed each other, challenged each other, and in each other's progress, they saw their own growth.
我继续坚持下去的原因是因为有弟弟一直陪着我一起练习，我们都会互相鼓励对方。
Growing up in a city far from the sea, swimming became her way of touching the ocean, even when it was miles away.
参 参加游泳可以训练自己心肺耐力，还有水性。希望可以再游更快一点，更进步。
To overcome the limits of geography, Huai-pen worked harder than anyone else, and through that effort, she achieved excellence. Still a student, Huai-pen must balance her studies and her surfing. It's not an easy life. This double identity, student and surfer, is both a challenge and her greatest source of strength.
因为如果要段考之前又要冲浪，这样压力会很大。冲浪的时候我就认真冲浪，然后要读书的时候我就尽量认真一点读书。
然后他其实是一个上课非常专心的学生，然后你看他周末都没有办法读书，他都在冲浪，然后但是功课都在我们班前3名。永远都是前3名，他真的都是靠上课非常专心。他跟同龄的孩子比起来，他就是比较有能力。那他其实他的兴趣是画画跟看小说。那像我们班这一次今年的毕业礼物，要送给任课老师的毕业礼物，就是Huai-pen画的。
谢谢老师。好，谢谢大家。
这是Huai-pen画的，对，我们定做的。
太漂亮了吧！
Bright in character and talent, Huai-pen is not only a top student, but also the coolest friend in everyone's eyes.
我在直播上看过Huai-pen冲浪的影片，然后觉得他非常的帅。
我觉得他冲浪的时候跟在学校的时候很不一样，眼神会变得很认真。
Her outstanding performance in surfing led her to represent Taiwan at the 2024 International Surfing Association World Games in El Salvador. She's a national surfer and a local pride.
当我知道Huai-pen会代表台湾出去比赛的时候，觉得他非常的厉害，因为南投不靠海，要有一个冲浪国手很不容易。
那学生看到这些报道以后有起了一种典范作用。那这种典范作用对于孩子来讲是很重要的一个启示吧。
获奖的同学有黄玉智、陈Huai-pen、陈怡琳、庄国宏。
In the same year, she graduated from junior high, second in her class, proving that determination rides both waves and words. Her achievements in surfing earned her a special award for athletic excellence from her hometown. And to children growing up far from the sea, Huai-pen became an icon, proof that anyone, anywhere can ride the ocean. Yet talent alone does not make the journey easy. Behind every wave conquered were moments of failure, and times she almost gave up.
之前有一段时间，因为我害怕我起乘，然后插水，然后被浪卷下去，所以那时候我都不敢站起来，站起来就跌倒。
When setbacks or pressure came, she found peace in reading novels, a quiet escape before returning stronger.
因为我跟他们聊天的过程，知道他们是靠南投，所以很辛苦，在冲浪这个方面，他们冲个浪要开很远的地方才有浪冲，就让我有一个特别的想法，想说，如果让南投不靠海的地方变成是一个很厉害的好手，这个噱头感觉上也是一个很美妙的一件事情，所以我对他们的印象就是因为他们住南投。
On rest days, Huai-pen is like any other girl her age, baking cakes and cookies, saying with a smile,
蛋加进去，把蛋加进去这个里面。等一下。
Sometimes a bite of something sweet can wash your worries away. In a place with little access to the ocean or training resources, Huai-pen could only succeed because of her family's unwavering love and support.
你这个拿过去了你就不好等没浪没浪你就很开心了。
谢谢妈妈，她平日的时候会陪我，然后也谢谢爸爸，假日的时候带我们去海边冲浪。
Songbo Harbor, located on Taiwan's western coast, was named for the pine and cypress forests that embrace its shores. Here, tall wind turbines spin endlessly, watching over the waves.
这里是松柏港北堤。有一次，我们原本要去外埔冲浪，但是外埔没有浪，然后我们就改开车来这里，然后发现这边浪很好。
The waves here are soft and gentle, ideal for beginners. But when typhoons roll in, this quiet coast awakens with ferocity.
我觉得这里的浪通常都小小的，然后浪又软软的，适合初学者。不然就是要有台风，台风会有比较好一点点的浪。
Nearby, Da'an Coastal Park stretches wide and golden. When the tide recedes, it reveals a vast field of sand, a place where families play and first-time surfers take to the waves. Learning to surf while living far from the ocean is no simple task, but passion always finds a way to reach the sea.
我冲浪最一开始的时候是在福隆，后来听说有免费的教学在蜜月湾，然后我们后来半年都在蜜月湾练习。刚好遇到一个很会教的教练，然后他在台南教，我们之后都在那边跟他学。
Yuguang Island, a small sandbar off the coast of Tainan, connects to the city through a single bridge. Its clean triangular waves roll in rhythm with the wind, making it a paradise for beginners and a sanctuary for the soul.
我最喜欢的是台东的金樽，因为那边浪通常都很顺，很适合练习动作。
Growing up away from the ocean was both a burden and a blessing. For Huai-pen, it gave her distance, and from that distance, determination.
因为我们住在南投，如果南投的小朋友喜欢冲浪的话，我觉得家里一定要有一个角色，就是愿意花那么长的时间接送的大人。
我觉得住在南投，主力也有，助力也有。主力的话，就是可能你练习的机会会比住在海边的小朋友少太多了。助力的话，小朋友每次去海边，因为可能1个礼拜、2个礼拜去一次，就比较认真在练习。
From Taiwan's mountain heart, a young girl rose, overcoming every obstacle, standing tall among Asia's best.
我冲浪的梦想就是我可以代表台湾去奥运比赛。
In 2025, the Asian Surfing Championship took place in Mahabalipuram, India, Huai-pen's second time representing Taiwan as a national athlete.
这次我代表台湾到印度参加比赛，有点紧张，因为这是我第一次来到这里比赛。
The waves there were wild, unpredictable. She fell again and again, but each fall became a lesson, each setback a step toward strength.
经过这几天的训练，我从原本冲得不太好，后来渐渐抓回自己的脚感还有节奏，让我的心态变得更加的有自信。
With her teammates beside her, Huai-pen grew braver each day, learning to read the waves of a foreign sea.
在队伍里面，每个人都是我学习的对象，因为每个人都有值得学习的地方。
I'm really looking forward to Laura's first heat in the Open Women's. I'm sure she's going to surprise me with a really solid result here in India.
This was no ordinary competition. It was a qualifying event for the 2026 Asian Games, a test of endurance, focus, and courage.
这次比赛，我希望可以把我的动作做到最好，然后可以争取到亚运的名额。
For Huai-pen, this was never just about victory. It was about facing the wave within and finding peace in its power. She may not have claimed the highest score, but this competition etched the most meaningful mark upon her life's tide chart.
冲浪对我来说是一个很快乐的事，它不但可以让我学到冲浪技巧，还能让我结交到更多朋友，让我设定目标，让我挑战去达成它。
陈怀本，刚认识他的时候，他超级安静，然后到后面熟的时候像疯子一样。
Like Huai-pen, Su Mei-fang's home isn't by the sea. For her, the moments when she can meet the ocean belong only to weekends, brief, precious, and worth every mile.
我喜欢海边，听到海的声音就很放松。我看到 WSL 女生冠军冲浪觉得很帅，所以也想要学冲浪。我冲浪的时候脑袋什么都不想，就是享受冲浪的感觉。冲浪对我而言是挑战极限的事情。冲浪可以带给我自由的感觉，还有成就感。我会希望可以用冲浪走遍全世界。
Weekends have become the most treasured time for the Su sisters. Only then can they rush toward the coast, turning all their anticipation into waves of laughter and joy.
就是在没有浪的时候可以去潜水，有另外一件事情可以做。潜水可以让我看到不一样的世界。对我来说，冲浪和潜水是两个不一样的感觉。冲浪比较刺激，潜水属于比较静态的。
就是因缘机会可以就是照顾他们两个，因为家里的关系。
有一天落雨，单位讲人家九条标出来了，苏美芳苏丽萍，天上掉下来的礼物，
就是接手照顾他们两个。
对，因为刚好天上掉下来的礼物，
希望他们可以在一个就是有爱的环境，很多人爱的环境长大。好，现在长成这么大，
有点太大了。
For Mei-fang, the courage to stand on a surfboard began with family. Her uncle often says a family should share a common passion. And slowly, the sea became the language they all spoke together.
因为他知道他要走冲浪这条路的时候，我们已经知道了，
因为我们都
带着他，因为我以前就是都喜欢玩水、游泳，所以其实我一直想要找一件事情可以跟小朋友一起共同成长，等他们长大之后可以继续跟着我们做的事情，找一件事情可以他们长大也喜欢做，我们也可以跟着一起做，所以就才会开始进入到潜水，因为毕竟潜水的话，你会游泳的前提下就比较好入门，对，然后就潜水，潜水之后，因为以前我们有想要去学冲浪，刚好有chance遇到好的教练，然后就带着小朋友一起去学习这个运动，就可以让我们一家人一个假日的生活的方式，然后小朋友也喜欢，大人也有共通的生活圈，一起去从事这件事情。
就是我觉得是冲浪带给我们就是一家人出来的生活之外，像他现在如果就是他现在当国手，这是一个运动可以带他让他去看到平常我们一般人不能去看到的国外的世界或国外的人，我觉得这是带给他或我们就是很特别的地方。对。
When her uncle saw the spark in the sisters' eyes, that admiration for surfers glimmering like sunlight on water, he realized this wasn't just play anymore. It was love. So he set out to find them the best coach, guiding them onto a more professional path.
美方，我知道他们从高雄来，那永远记得就是第一天我们在南湾在进行所谓的课程，因为两个姐妹很可爱，很努力的一直往上爬，在很短的时间内去达到他们的目标，所以我觉得这两个姐妹是真的是会动起来那一种。
From a simple hobby to disciplined training, Mei-fang's journey was anything but easy.
平时没办法冲浪的时候，可能安排个体能训练，或者冲浪影片分析，去观察自己的姿势，还有浪的判断，还有转向的 timing。
我们两个角色比较，我都是属于是，就是会一直讲道理，跟他练他的时间去让小朋友不要再哭，我就练10分钟，练到他说好，那我不哭，你不要练了。
但是现在在青春期，我有收敛一点，我有调整，毕竟要互相沟通，不然越来越大，就是教养真的是一个很大的。
比如说陪伴长大是一件事情，但是陪伴他成为一个他自己希望成为的人，又是另外一件事情。
Though she started later than others, though her skills weren't yet as sharp as her teammates, she trained every single day. And every setback became the strength she would rise from.
会害怕，然后一直失败，然后进步达不到预期。别人都有在进步，可是我就一直卡在那边。我想过要放弃，但是姑丈还有教练一直鼓励我。
For Mei-fang, family has always been the firmest support behind her. She considers herself lucky to have her aunt and uncle by her side, giving not only strength, but the warmth of a true home.
希望他可以勇敢找到自己想要的路，变成他想要成为的人，然后为自己负责，这是我最大的希望。
你怎么回答？
哦，你很忙呢。
你怎么回答？其实我觉得，一个人可以因为一件运动或一件事情，可以有机会去为了这个事情去努力，是很难得的。如果这件事情又可以让你的人生有不一样的化学变化的话，我觉得也很棒。反正有任何事情，我们2个老的都会在家里等你。对，只要是这样子，加油！
谢谢姑丈。如果当初你们没有让我去学冲浪，我可能不会找到自己真正热爱的事，因为有你们才有现在的我。
真的很谢谢他，就是无条件支持我做的任何决定。你们2个要亲吗？可以啊，
他们像是最坚强的后盾，不管任何事情都在我身边。
With their love and support, Mei-fang was no longer a fleeting figure in the surf. This year, she smashed her limits, earning her first spot on the national team, carrying her dreams and her courage onto the international stage.
第一次出国比赛，觉得很紧张，对环境不熟悉，然后知道自己的实力也没有很强。
Unlike her more experienced teammates, this was Mei-fang's very first time competing on the world stage. Despite the nerves, Mei-fang carried herself with quiet determination.
那边的环境很可怕，天气其实跟台湾差不多。那边的食物不习惯。
The waves were unpredictable, the challenges far greater than she imagined. Even with all her preparation, the sea in India caught her off guard. But she knew standing here meant one thing: to face every wave head on and never turn away.
印度的浪况，它会突然变化很大。像我们一开始去的时候浪很小，比赛中跟比赛前几天的时候浪团变蛮大的，浪的变化虽然很大，但是我觉得我可以去征服那些浪。
For the first time, she stood beside international surfers. Mei-fang never underestimated others, but she never doubted herself either. Her results might not have been what she hoped for, but through this experience, she saw how vast the world stage could be, and in that vastness, her dream became clearer. She now knew exactly where she wanted to go next.
觉得自己的实力还是不足，需要再加强。在比赛中要有更好的时间分配，不能太紧张。
好，这边也都没有问题了，对不对？好，来，双手再继续往上延伸。好，所以呢，我们有漂亮的脖子停留在这里。
Back in Taiwan, a new chapter of training awaits.
我为了亚锦赛，我有去像巴厘岛或韩国练习，我还有多做了体能训练，像是瑜伽。因为瑜伽可以顺便放松，顺便把自己的身体拉开。希望我能在竞争大赛的时候把这段时间的成果展现出来。
准备好哦，3、2、1，
干巴了！
For Mei-fang, the competition in India was not the end. It was only the beginning of a lifelong journey toward greater oceans.